Hashtag Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. Tech layoffs hit a 22-year high as AI's impact grows harder to ignore. ChatGPT prompts show up in Google search again. AI's GPU boom is now squeezing your next PC upgrade. The UK government spends hundreds of millions upgrading to Windows 10. And Nano Banana, the AI name that accidentally went viral. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. In the U.S., October was the worst month for job cuts since 2003, and nowhere was it felt more sharply than in the tech sector. Employers announced more than 153,000 layoffs overall, with 33,000 coming from technology firms, 6 times more than in September, according to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas. Whether those cuts are driven directly by AI or by broader economic pressure is hard to say. But with the possible exception of Dario Amodei at Anthropic, few leaders seem willing to talk openly about just how deep AI's impact could go. In fact, at a recent meeting of Chinese tech companies, a DeepSeek executive urged AI firms to act as whistleblowers and warn the public about which jobs will be hit first. When even Chinese companies, not known for discussing bad economic news, are calling for transparency, it might be time to ask, are we getting the full story from Silicon Valley? Have you ever looked at something you typed into ChatGPT and thought, whoa, what if this ended up online? Well, this week it did. Again. For the second time this year, researchers found that private ChatGPT prompts had shown up in Google's Search Console. That's the analytics tool used by website owners to see what search terms bring people to their sites. Some of those logs included full user prompts, travel plans, business ideas, even fragments of internal strategy notes. OpenAI says this is a different problem than the past one, where chats that were shared between users of ChatGPT actually got published to the internet. This issue, according to OpenAI, affected only a small number of shared links, and it's now fixed. They blamed the way Google's crawler indexes public chat shares. Still, the second occurrence, it's a reminder. Even if it feels private, anything connected to the web, and especially things that are connected using AI, can find their way into the world's biggest search engine. You might think that stories about GPU shortages don't affect your home PC or your laptop, but they might soon. The global race to build AI data centers is eating up the world's supply of advanced memory and chips, and consumers are already feeling it. Tom's Hardware reports that manufacturers are diverting scarce GDDR7 memory modules, normally used in gaming graphics cards, into high-margin AI GPUs instead. NVIDIA's next RTX 5000 Super could even be delayed or canceled because the chips it needs are simply too valuable for the consumer market. And in Japan, some stores are rationing SSDs and RAM, letting buyers purchase larger quantities only if they're also buying a complete PC. And even enterprise IT teams may soon feel the pinch, as higher costs and longer lead times hit next year's workstation and laptop upgrades. AI might be fueling a hardware gold rush, but many of us are going to be paying the price. The UK's Department for Work and Pensions has just spent hundreds of millions of pounds upgrading from Windows 7, but unfortunately to Windows 10. According to Tech Radar Pro, the department only recently finished moving tens of thousands of computers from Windows 7 to Windows 10, just as Microsoft plans to end support for Windows 10. I couldn't readily find public data showing how many systems in Canada or the US in government still run Windows 10 or older. Canada's policy requires departments to use Windows 10 or newer, and the US agencies have until October 2025 to complete their own upgrades or pay for extended support. But the real question is, how many older systems are still quietly running behind the scenes? When you remember that parts of the U.S. air traffic control still depend on floppy disks, it's a safe bet that none of us should probably laugh too hard at the UK. Although, in an office in government somewhere, someone is probably thinking, we might have some explaining to do on this one. It's no secret we've been tough on AI model names. OpenAI's ChatGPT sounds like a project label. Sora sounds like sorry from an old comedy skit. Anthropic's Claude? Well, it's not Claude if you're Canadian. We actually try to say it Claude. And even if I'm the only one who says it that way, I am not going to call something that intelligent Claude. Google did slightly better with Gemini, but among all the big players, one name truly stands out: Nano Banana. It's Google's image generator and also on-device AI model for Android now, and it has a new Nano Banana 2 that can generate short text summaries, create small images, and answer prompts entirely on device. No cloud needed. This is a serious technical leap for privacy and speed. But the name, totally creative, but purely accidental. It started as an internal code name. Some employee had to put a code name in at 2:30 in the morning, and Nano Banana was the name they typed in. Somehow, it stuck. Now, it's one of the most recognizable AI name brands around. I've been saying that these companies should at least go to their own AI to get a name, because it will be more creative than their marketing departments. And after years of sterile acronyms and lifeless branding, Nano Banana proves that a little human whimsy from a tired brain late at night can go a long way, and maybe make AI feel a bit more human. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a full-stack networking infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular to leading enterprises. And working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, manage deployments, and run support. It's a single integrated solution that scales from branch offices, warehouses, and large campuses to data centers. You can book a demo at meter.com/HTT. That's meter.com/HTT. And if you like what we're doing, please share it with others. And leave a comment on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. It took us years to get to 2 million downloads. We'll hit 3 million by the end of this year, and we're growing at a rate of more than 1.5 million per year. And that's because of you. But we have a challenge. We'd like to double that. So please share the podcast with a friend. Give us a like or a 5-star review, or on YouTube, subscriptions really matter. But we'd like to think that we've grown not because we talk at you, but because we listen. You can reach me anytime at technewsday.ca or technewsday.com. Just use the Contact Us page. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a marvelous Monday.